It's finally here, guys. The Flash Season 9, Episode 13. What is up? How are you all doing? So, you guys probably weren't expecting this, but, I love The Flash as a show. I love The Flash as a TV show. I know I don't really do, trailer breakdowns and reviews on it, but I really wanted to do a trailer breakdown on this series finale trailer, because in my opinion, it's really good. And, I'm going to be doing an in-depth breakdown. I have, 3 pages of notes here going over almost, every single screenshot. I hope I get all the dialogue. We'll see. The dialogue in the trailer. But yeah, regardless, though, if you guys are hyped for the Flash series finale, and if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And let's just dive right into it, because there is a lot of stuff. I will be trying to show the screenshots on the screen as well as I'm talking, so I'm not going to show the trailer, though, because I'd probably get copyrighted for that, so I'm not going to do that, but I'll show you guys screenshots of what I'm talking about so you guys know. But, let's dive into this. So, the first bit in the trailer has Barry saying, "Iris, there's something you need to know." And then there's a scene of them in the hospital, and if I had to guess, this is probably, so at the end of The Flash Season 9, Episode 12, pretty much what happened is Barry just ended up, vanishing again because of the crystal. And, I'm assuming that he goes to Iris after he ends up, teleporting over to the present day. Because that's my guess. I think he teleported into the present day. Maybe he teleports to, where Eddie is. I feel like that's kind of how this is gone. Although, I don't know. Was Eddie in 2000, though? I don't think he was. I don't think he was in the year 2000. But besides that, though, since Eddie's in the present day, I'm guessing Barry will show up at some point. And then, he goes to tell Iris about Cobalt Blue. So that's my guess as to what happens there. But then we get a scene of Zoom with some of the CCPD cops. He's unmasked. It looks pretty cool. He looks kind of confused, though. I guess it's because he's kind of I'm back from the dead. How did this happen? Because obviously at the end of The Flash Season 9, Episode 12, when Eddie went... Pretty much when Eddie accepted the Crystal's offer, he brought back 4 speedsters. He brought back Godspeed, Zoom, Savitar, Reverse Flash. So, Zoom does look kind of confused in the trailer, just in my opinion. So my guess is that he's kind of wondering how he was able to come back. And I'm assuming he'd want to get revenge on Barry. Well, all the speedsters do, obviously, judging by the trailer, But yeah, honestly, though, speaking of the trailer, something about it is that it just looks completely crazy, action-packed, and chaotic. Honestly, I think this finale has the potential to maybe be the best episode of the season. We'll see how it goes, but there's a potential chance. But after that scene with Zoom, we do get a scene with him turning into Black Flash from the Season 2 finale. And my guess, which would be kind of interesting, is if, Cobalt Blue is trying to go back to, all the times. I did watch Paige's trailer breakdown. I know he mentioned something about, each speedster, returning, from where they died or where they were, in prison. But I'm wondering, though, if Cobalt Blue actually has to go back and, get these speedsters himself. Maybe he, intervenes with the timeline and, saves all of them from dying. I'm kind of thinking it could be something like that, instead of just, they poof out of nowhere. That's a possibility. Although maybe Cobalt Blue tries to, keep himself a secret for a little bit, and then he eventually maybe says, oh, hello there, speedsters, let's have a meeting or something. That's kind of what I'm thinking, because if Zoom looks confused in the trailer, then, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, though. That could be a wrong theory, but, we'll see. Then the next scene we have after that, and also, by the way, Zoom turning into Black Flash, the time wraiths were there too. But after that, we cut to this, quick clipped scene of, like, I don't know if it's Iris or Cisco. I think they're wearing some sort of, like, orange shirt. And it looks to be Barry as well in, like, the Season 2 or Season 3 Flash suit. This is my guess as to where this scene is from, since Barry looks pretty worn down. My guess is that maybe this was, like, a cropped scene, or maybe, like, a cut-down scene, or maybe it was a scene from this episode, but I'm thinking it's from Season 2, Episode 18, when Barry ends up, like, losing his speed to Zoom. That's my guess. I could be wrong about that. But due to the fact that he seems to look, like, pretty drained and, like, tired out in the trailer, that'd be my guess, is Season 2, Episode 13. Or, not 13, sorry, 18. But I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. And in case you guys don't remember this, the episode where Wally pretty much gets kidnapped and then Barry has to, like, sacrifice his speed in order to save Wally. That's my theory for that scene, but I could be wrong. And then the scene after that, I believe that this is from Season 6, Episode 1. It's another Barry and Iris scene. It looks like, I think this is the scene where they're in the time vault, like, just before the monitor shows up. That's my guess as to where this scene is from. So maybe this could be where, like, Cobalt Blue recruits Godspeed. That's my guess. That's my possibility. Although, actually, I did see the promo images. Unfortunately, I apologize. I didn't take a screenshot of them, or I didn't take screenshots of them, but there is a scene with, like, Godspeed unmasked and he has a beard. So, that means that could imply that he was, like, just taken out of Iron Heights. But you never know. Maybe Godspeed just had a beard in Season 6 and then he shaved it off for Season 7. I don't know. Maybe he would have been, like, less recognizable that way, but yeah, there was that scene, which I believe to be from Season 6, Episode 1. And then we do get a scene of Zoom, like, completely turning into the Black Flash, so that's interesting, or maybe, like, almost converting. But if we see that scene, though, I don't know if that's just, like, a flashback scene, or maybe, like, Cobalt Blue does something to kind of, like, replicate the Speedster. I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me. But I guess we'll see in the actual episode. And then we get another little bit of Eddie getting sucked into the Singularity from the Season 1 finale. This is probably when he goes to recruit Reverse Flash. And then we get a scene with Savitar. But he's all red. Now, I've heard that this could be, like, tied to the negative Speed Force. But what I'm also kind of thinking is that maybe, you know, you guys, for anyone that's, you know, watched The Flash, I'm not sure if you guys knew or if you guys remember at the end of Season 3 when Savitar Barry was talking about, like, if you kill me, you become me, and all that stuff. Maybe Cobalt Blue convinces, like, Season 3 Barry to maybe kill Savitar himself. Because Iris actually shot Savitar at the end of Season 3. So maybe that's the case. Or maybe Cobalt Blue, with, like, the help of the crystal, kind of, like, turns that, like, Season 3 Flash evil. I honestly don't know. But that'd be my guess, if it's not something connected to the negative Speed Force. Although they have Red Lightning, though. So I could be wrong about that. It probably is more negative Speed Force related since they have Red Lightning, but I guess we'll see. And then there's a scene with Barry and Iris in the hospital again, similar to, like, the beginning of the trailer. And then Eddie actually has flowers for Iris. And, yeah, so my guess as to what happens is Barry goes to see Iris, says, like, Iris, there's something you need to know, and then Cobalt Blue just straight up pops up. That'd be my guess. And then, in this scene as well, I'm pretty sure Iris just goes, like, Eddie? Like she is kind of, like, confused. So that's my guess as to what happens, is that Eddie just kind of, like, pops up out of nowhere with the roses. I'm pretty sure in Season 9, Episode 12, we got, like, a quick second of, like, roses or something. So I'm assuming Eddie goes to get those. But yeah, that's interesting, though. That is very interesting. And then we get a little clip in, like, the trailer, or clips, I should say, like, towards the end of the episode from what it looks like. Because I doubt this is going to happen in the beginning. I doubt they're going to celebrate, like, Iris getting pregnant in the beginning. To me, that just makes no sense. But yeah, it looks like this happens towards the end. We have Nora kind of, like, holding up, like, a baby, like, Flash shirt for baby Nora. And then we also have Joe in this part of the trailer, too, which I think is really the only, like, scene where we see him. So my guess as to when Joe will come back, Joe will probably come back towards the end of the episode. Unless if maybe there's a scene with, like, Cecile or something, and then, Joe ends up getting, like, killed off. And actually, we'll discuss that later, because there is a scene where, like, one member of Team Flash gets killed off, but maybe Joe is one of those, like, members of Team Flash that gets killed off when Cecile's, like, fighting one of the villains. And then, yeah, Nora also asks, like, the rest of, like, the team that's there, I think it was Chester, Cecile, Allegra, like, am I breaking timeline rules by being here? She pretty much says that, and then they just respond with, oh, you're fine. That's pretty much what they say. And then, after that, we get a scene with, like, the CW logo, but there's also red lightning, which makes me kind of intrigued as to what speedster this is. My guess is that this is Cobalt Blue, but I could be wrong. This might be a different speedster. Because obviously, you know, like, negative Speed Force lightning, like, it's red, but this could easily be Reverse Flash or Savitar as well. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Unless if maybe the show is some sort of twist to where they all have red lightning, but I doubt it. Because I'm pretty sure Zoom has blue lightning. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's a possibility. It is a possibility. You know, something that just popped into my head, I doubt this, but, you know, you guys know about how Black Flash is red lightning? I wonder if like, Black Flash is a part of the negative Speed Force. I doubt it, but that'd be kind of a funny thing if that was true. So that means, technically, the Speed Force is having the negative Speed Force help it. I don't know, that's kind of odd, but anyways, though, I wonder who that speedster is. It's probably Cobalt Blue. Alright, so part 2 of my notes here, we get a scene in the trailer of Barry looking around in the hospital. So this is my guess. So my guess is that Barry gets sprouted up in the present day in the hospital. He decides to go to Iris, he tells Iris that there's something that she needs to know. Cobalt Blue pops up, Iris gets confused, and that's my guess as to what happens there. And then, judging from something that's also at, like, the end of the trailer, I'm assuming that Cobalt Blue goes into, like, some sort of, like, rant or something about his plan. But yeah, that's my guess as to how that goes. And then, we do get a scene with, like, 4 of the 5 villains being there. Like, Godspeed isn't in the trailer at all. But he is in, like, one promo image. But yeah, we do get a scene with, all the villains. We get Reverse Flash kind of like, oh, you don't think I was going to miss how this turned out, did you? And then, after that little piece of dialogue, we get a scene that looks very familiar to the Flash Season 9 Episode 9 trailer, like the extended. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same. So, I don't know. I don't even know, did that shot even appear? I honestly don't know. But yeah, we get that a little bit again, so that's interesting. And then we get a scene of Cobalt Blue saying, "Surrender, Flash!" And then we get the Cobalt Blue suit. We see it at the beginning of the trailer, too. Honestly, I think it's actually a better shot of it. It looks good, though. It looks good. It's really comic accurate from what I've heard, so yeah, I like it. It's a good speedster suit. But yeah, Cobalt Blue's telling Barry to surrender, and Barry probably says no. And then we get another, like, and then we get, like, a scene where it says, like, series finale, and then we get a scene with a particle accelerator. So I am kind of curious as to why, like, Cobalt Blue goes back there, or why Barry and Eddie go back there. You know, this would be kind of cool. I'm kind of referencing Lego Ninjago a little bit. But at the end of Lego Ninjago Season 5, there's a scene where, like, Lloyd and Morrow kind of, like, fight each other. and they go into, like, different, like, realms. I'm kind of interested to see, like, when Barry and Eddie fight, they end up, like, popping throughout, like, different timelines. That would be really cool. That would be really cool if so, like, for the final fight. If they're kind of, like, popping throughout, like, different timelines. And then maybe that particle accelerator scene is one of them. That would be cool. And then after this, we do get a scene with Barry going into the Speed Force at the end of Season 3. So actually, there's quite a few scenes. Well, actually, yeah. So there's a couple scenes that we do get from, like, past seasons. So we get that Season 3 Speed Force scene. We end up getting a scene from Season 1, Episode 20, when, like, Barry, like, touches Iris, and then, like, that sparkle, like, blue lightning goes off. Similar to the beginning of Season 7 when Barry felt it again. And then this scene is interesting, or this couple of scenes. So we get a scene with Reverse Flash, Allegra, and Chester. And Chester is dead, so that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier in the video. But yeah, Chester, the new tech guy after Cisco, is pretty much dead. We get Allegra, like, kneeling down over his body. And then we get Reverse Flash saying, I don't know if it's here or not. Let me actually check. Okay, no, it's not here yet, but Reverse Flash does say something. And, this is interesting. So I wonder if, like, part of the Speedster's plan is to kind of kill off members of Team Flash. Since we don't really see Joe at all in the trailer, Joe probably dies. And then we see Chester dead in the trailer. So that's kind of interesting to me. And then we also, like, in the background do get a scene of, like, the wheelchair from Season 1. And I know, like, at the end of Season 9, Episode 12, we get that scene with the crystal showing Season 1 Reverse Flash. And I'm pretty sure the YouTuber I watched said this too. But it would be kind of cool if we saw, like, Harrison Wells wheeling in, and then maybe he takes out the Flash ring, like, maybe it's the Flash ring on him, and then he becomes the Reverse Flash. That would be kind of cool to see. I don't know. That would be kind of cool, though. That would be kind of cool if we saw that. So I wonder if that's actually from Season 1. Because, yeah, I wonder if that's actually from Season 1, Episode 23, although that would be kind of odd if Allegra and Chester would be going back there. Man, so I'm wondering how this all works. I wonder if maybe, like, different members of Team Flash are going back to, like, different, like, timelines to try and stop all the speedsters. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a crazy finale. I already know it. And then the scene after that, we have the Flash and then Cobalt Blue crashing into Jitters. I have two theories as to why this happens, because I doubt both of them would just crash. Theory number one, maybe both of them, actually, I kind of have three theories. Theory number one, Barry and Eddie both lose control of their speed, which I doubt happens. And the reason why is maybe because it's, like, the timeline changing, or maybe it's, like, the timeline changes, Barry's kind of, like, fading away, or his speed is fading away a little bit. So that's theory number one. Theory number two, I'm thinking they get hit by, like, a shot of, like, negative Speed Force lightning. Like, maybe the negative Speed Force itself actually interferes, even though it hits Eddie on accident. And then theory number three could be that maybe, like, Eddie just loses control of his speed, maybe hits Barry or something. Or maybe theory number four, I don't know, maybe they just both crash into Jitters. Or maybe one of the other speedsters actually just, like, speeds by both of them or something. Maybe it's a Red Death cameo. No, I'm joking. I don't think Red Death's coming back. But, yeah, that scene's quite interesting. And then we do get a shot of, like, the Flash running, like, in the daytime. So this does kind of intrigue me a little bit. This could be part of, like, the final, like, couple of, like, scenes that we get, like, from the Flash in general. I'm thinking that this could be from Season 1. Maybe this is kind of alluding to, like, the intro of Season 1. Or the other option is that maybe Iris gets pregnant and then Barry just, like, decides to go for a run or something. That's my other theory for that. But yeah, I found that to be pretty interesting. And then we get a scene with Officer Kramer, we get Singh, and we also get Corbett. I'm assuming this is the scene with Zoom. And this looks to be in the present day as well. Because Singh does look kind of like older than like season 1 or season 2. We have Kramer. So this is definitely in the present day. This scene with Zoom. So that's interesting. And then we get a scene from like, I'm pretty sure we get a scene of like Cecile being Virtue, which is pretty interesting. And from what it looks like, this is the same exact scene where, like, I guess, like, Barry's, like, facing off against, like, all the speedsters where, like, Reverse Flash kind of taunts him a little bit. So it looks to be that scene. And then it looks like to the left of her as well, you can see an arm. This is probably Allegra, considering how we, like, saw her suit earlier in the trailer being, like, all black. My guess is that that's Allegra. And then, here comes the juicy stuff, or the stuff that I found pretty surprising and pretty interesting. So we have Iris giving birth, so there's a scene of that. And I guess just kind of like almost giving birth to, Nora. Now, from the looks of it, it looks like the daytime scenes will be towards the end of the episode. So I'm assuming all of the night scenes will kind of happen within, like, the first, like, 30 minutes at most. And then my guess is that maybe we get, like, 10 to 11 minutes of, like, closure of just, like, the series as a whole. And then after this is what shocked me and also kind of confused me, because this is after the scene in Jitters where, like, Barry, like, crashes. You could kind of see, like, the cuts on his face a little bit. Barry yells at Chillblaine. And then, as you can see, Chillblaine's just kind of has, like, the tears a little bit or something. I don't know what on earth is happening here. Like, I don't know why on earth Barry yells at Chillblaine. I don't even know where on earth Chillblaine comes from. My guess, well, I mean, like, where, like, Chillblaine, I mean, like, where Chillblaine, like, comes from in the, in, like, the scene. Like, maybe Chillblaine, like, tries to stop, like, Cobalt Blue with, like, his ice or something, and then Cobalt Blue speeds away. I'm guessing that's what happens. And then Barry just, like, straight up yells at him. I don't know what on earth happens. There is a scene, I guess I'll just say this now, but there is a scene with, like, Barry, like, getting up from Jitters. So I'm thinking that this could be, like, maybe, like, Barry and Cobalt Blue both crash. Barry gets up as, like, Chillblaine kind of, like, blasts Cobalt Blue as he tries to come to the rescue. Cobalt Blue speeds away, and then Barry yells at Chillblaine. That's my guess as to what happens. Could be wrong about that. Could be wrong. And then, we do get some, like, like, 2 season 1 scenes after this with, like, Barry and Iris. Or we get a scene with Barry and Iris, and then we get a scene with Eddie and CCPD. So once again, it looks like we're kind of going back to, like, that season 1 time. So that is interesting. You know, we have a lot of season 1 stuff in this trailer, my goodness. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure the showrunner, Eric Wallace, said that there would be a lot of things, like, kind of, like, tying back to season 1. Dang, there's a lot. There's a lot. And then, we get a scene with, like, one of the Jitters employees, like, shouting, like, everybody down. And I'm assuming this is when both Barry and Cobalt Blue crash into Jitters. And then we sort of get, like, this Star Labs bit with, like, the glass breaking. And this is kind of interesting to me. I don't know what on earth is happening here. I don't know how on earth this happens. Maybe this is just, like, Reverse Flash making, like, a dramatic entrance. But I honestly don't know. Maybe he makes, like, a dramatic entrance, kills Chester. I honestly have no idea. But yeah, that bit was kind of interesting to me. And then, we do get a scene of Zoom once again. From the looks of it, it's from Season 2, Episode 6, when he fights Barry. And then we have Barry versus another speedster, I think? Or maybe it's one speedster. I can't really tell too much, because you kind of see, like, in the back, yellow lightning, and then kind of, like, red lightning in the front. So this could be, like, Barry, like, maybe, like, facing Cobalt Blue or Savitar or one of the other speedsters with red lightning. Maybe Thawne. But yeah, that was interesting. And then we get a couple of shots with, like, Keone and Barry. And Keone pretty much says, like, and in case you guys don't know, Keone is kind of like, I guess, like the reincarnated version of, like, Caitlyn Killer Frost. That's how I'll describe her, who's kind of OP and overpowered. She's pretty much like a force of nature. But yeah, we pretty much have Keone saying to Barry, believe in the impossible. And I don't know if this is true, but this is just what I've heard, that Caitlyn might be coming back in the series finale. So, and you know what, maybe Killer Frost will too. Maybe she has the ability to, like, bring them both back, or maybe bring them back in, like, the same body. That would be kind of cool if that happens. But yeah, that was interesting. I don't know exactly what happens here, but it'll probably be pretty cool. Maybe Barry does something like OP, maybe similar to, like, the end of Season 8. Or maybe he unlocks, like, all of the inner forces within him or something. I honestly don't know. Or maybe Keone just kind of, like, motivates Barry to just kind of, like, keep pushing forward even though things seem to be getting, like, destroyed. Maybe this is, like, after, like, Chester and possibly Joe have both died. Well, if Joe dies. But yeah, maybe this just convinces Barry to kind of, like, continue on. Maybe Barry uses Flash Time again. That would be great if he does that. If Barry uses Flash Time again. Maybe Barry becomes so OP, maybe similar to, like, that one, like, reverse Flash scene at the end of Season 7 where he's, like, going, like, very slow as he's punching Barry. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe Barry just does some sort of, like, OP, like, Flash Time thing. And maybe that gives him enough time to kind of, like, fix things. That would be cool. That would be interesting. And then we get a scene with Barry and Jane Jitters. I'm assuming this is after, like, Barry gets up. So we do have that. I think this is actually the only shot of Jay in the trailer, surprisingly. But yeah, Jay Garrick is coming back. He says, "Hey there, kid." So yeah, being pretty optimistic, being, you know, good old Jay Garrick. And then we have another bit with Zoom. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. Oh, wait, maybe this is him, like, in the trailer, like, running, like, past buildings and stuff. That's probably what this is. This could be an old shot or a new shot. Probably a new shot. I don't know exactly who's behind him, though. If someone's fighting him. Because maybe he's fighting someone. Maybe it's, like, Cecile or Allegra or something, even though I don't even know. I mean, I could see Cecile just kind of, like, getting into, like, Speedster's minds. But Allegra, I don't know how well she would fare against a Speedster. Maybe Allegra just kind of, like, uses, like, her ultraviolet light pulse or something. I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see, though, how they fight all these Speedsters. Well, I mean, Chester, though, I guess he would have some sort of, like, tech to probably, like, nullify their speed. Maybe similar to what Cisco had in Season 7 against, like, you know, like, Thinkerberry, I guess. Like, when Barry sort of turned evil, maybe it's like that Velocity Zero Charge stuff. That would actually come in handy. I wonder if they do have that. And then they probably still have, like, Nash's, like, smoke bombs from Season 6. So maybe that's what they do. That would be interesting. And then, after that, little Zoom bit, we do have a scene that I kind of talked about earlier of Barry getting up in jitters. And then this scene, which is also on the thumbnail, we have a scene with Nora and Savitar. What the heck? What is going on here? It looks like the Savitar is about to kill Nora. So, yeah, this is kind of intriguing. You know, this would actually be kind of cool if this happens. But maybe Jay Garrick is the one that actually ends up saving Nora. Or maybe if we do get Bart. I'm not sure if Bart is in the series finale. But maybe if Bart is in the series finale, maybe he has to, like, save his sister, or maybe Jay Garrick has to save Nora. That would be interesting. That would be very, very cool and very, very interesting if we were able to kind of, like, see that unfold. Although maybe Nora ends up dying. There's a chance of that happening, too. So, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities that could occur here. And then we have a couple more Reverse Flash scenes. We get one from the Season 1 finale. And then we also have one from Season 9. So the Season 9 scene, this is the scene where he says, like, Barry's life is mine. And I guess this is sort of alluding to, like, all the villains, like, fighting on, like, who gets to kill Barry. Or maybe all of them just kill Barry at the same time, I don't know. Well, I doubt that'll happen. Because actually, this is confirmed that Barry is pretty much like the only like bit of like living Speed Force left in the present day or something. So pretty much if Barry dies, then the whole timeline gets destroyed. So, you know, obviously Barry's life has to be preserved at all costs, but it seems like that Barry, you know, I wonder if the Speedster's plan is to like kill off like all of Team Flash and then just beat up on Barry, torture him, and then kill him. That's my guess as to what happens. And then that way Eddie becomes the hero and all that stuff. But yeah, the season 1 scene though, it's from the finale. It's when Reverse Flash almost kills Barry, when Eddie after that gets sucked into the singularity. So there's that. And then we get a scene of Barry versus Cobalt Blue, but it's all like red in the background. It also looks to be like Barry and Iris's loft. So I am kind of interested in this. This is also what happened in the season 8 finale with Reverse Flash and like the negative forces. But I'm pretty sure, this is my guess, but I'm assuming that this is Barry. So I'm assuming, and also Cobalt Blue is kicking Barry's butt, by the way. Barry is literally getting his butt kicked. And we do get a scene from the promo images with all the speedsters unmasked as well, including Barry. Well, Barry isn't unmasked in the promo images, but he is in the trailer. Also, I just realized Cobalt Blue doesn't have a mask. What's going on with that? Well, I guess he doesn't really need one, because everyone knows he's Eddie anyway. Unless if he has some sort of like cloaking device thing, similar to like Allegra that like cloaks his identity or something. Like maybe the negative Speed Force cloaks it, but that's just something I realized. But, yeah, we do have that scene of Barry versus Cobalt Blue and the negative Speed Force. Barry's getting his butt kicked. And then, this leads into the final scene where Cobalt Blue says any last words, and then Iris says that she has 3, which is run, Barry, run. Now, this is from the scene in the hospital at the beginning of the trailer, so my guess is that Cobalt Blue kind of, like, talks about his, like, whole spiel and, like, how Barry's gonna lose. And then, you know, then Barry goes to, like, you know, try and, like, stop Cobalt Blue and all the other speedsters. And then the final shot of the trailer that we leave off with is Barry running. And this seems to be from Season 8. Or I recognize it from Season 8. I recognize it to be from Season 8, Episode 5. So once again, we get, like, another, like, flashback scene. So that's cool. Or maybe it's from Season 7 when Barry's running. From that, like, one, like, Season 7 trailer image that, like, never popped up and kind of filled in screen time. I don't know, but it could be that as well. But, but yeah, I'll talk about the promo images real quick. It wasn't really too much. So that first scene I was talking about was all the speedsters unmasked. I believe they're actually in Joe's house. So, that's pretty interesting. And then I don't remember what the second scene was. Oh, wait, no, that's right. Now I remember. So the second scene was just pretty much like Team Flash, like from the looks of it, saying goodbye to Keone. So that was the second scene of promo images. And then the third and final scene was Barry and Iris. I'm pretty sure this is part of the scene where Iris gets pregnant. And I don't know why, but the CGI looks so good. So, whew, so yeah, guys, there is my Flash 9x13, the series finale trailer breakdown. I know this has been a long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and if I have the time, I'm planning on possibly doing a live stream where maybe we just, you know, kind of like chat and, you know, we can do a Q&A and like other shows and stuff as well as The Flash. And, you know, maybe we can just, like, you know, chat, vibe, hang out. But, yeah, I'm planning on doing that this Wednesday before The Flash. I'm thinking 6 p.m. is going to work. Is a good time. So, yeah, I'm going to go live at 6 p.m. EST on Wednesday, or that's what I'm planning on. And, you know, I'll go live for probably around, like, an hour to, like, an hour and a half discussing The Flash and other shows, all that fun stuff. And speaking of streams, I'm filming this on Saturday, but I'm planning on streaming tonight and also tomorrow. Or that's what I'm planning on. We'll see if anything changes, but yeah. Thank you guys all for watching. make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. This was fun to do. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.